Let's try this again. Hi, everybody. Hope you guys are having a great night. We are here for our small business showcase again, and we are hoping to get Jessie from Boutique Ivory to join us. I think she's on now. There she is. Let me bring her in, and once she's in, I'll introduce you guys to her. And I'm hoping to make this a nightly thing where I showcase and I show off a small business, a fellow boss babe, anybody that I think could benefit from showing them off, showcasing while this quarantine is going on, and we can all kind of come together and support each other through these times. Let me bring on Jessie. Uh, duh, 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 duh. I hate how close I am, but that highlight though, yes. Hi everybody, thank you for jumping on. There you are! Are you laughing at me, girl?
I no, I'm laughing at the highlight part. That was fun. How
That
are
highlight.
you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Oh my God, I love your shirt. I
Oh,
need
thank you.
that.
I wore this specifically because it made me think of you. Soy
Okay.
capaz, soy fuerte, soy invisible, soy
Uh-huh.
mujer.
I love it.
I
Where'd you
did.
get it? I need it.
This actually one of my friends made for me.
Oh
Well,
my
her sister made it for her, and then she made it for me. But I
God.
love the fact that we. Oh yeah, we're both wearing pink. I love the fact that we're both Latinas, so I was like, I need to bring my spice out today.
I've been actually in my head. I have Celia Cruz's song like the whole day, la de Vive.
Oh, yes.
Horrible, I have horrible rhythm, but
Oh,
it is.
girl. It is what it is. As long as we can shake a little, like we can play it off like we're dancing.
I'm the worst Hispanic in that. The worst Hispanic in that part.
Why?
I have no rhythm. My husband, on the other hand, he's the one that makes me look like I'm like woo, like
See, we're backwards.
turns me around. But then if I dance with someone else, I'm lost
Uh,
completely.
we're backwards. My husband cannot dance to save his life. I think the only like official dance we've ever had was on our wedding day, and it was like our first dance. And I, honest to God, thought that that wasn't even gonna happen. He is so shy. He is super like he has like a, I guess, like stage fright, and
Uh-huh.
then he doesn't dance, like not even a little shake, nothing. So I was
Nothing.
like, you know what, I'm gonna be one of those like, oh, I didn't have a first dance, but no, he made it possible, and he's like, that's all you get.
It's love. That's called love.
I know, but let me make sure everything is looking good. We're on.
So
Awesome. Can you hear me okay? Because I know I am outside and it's kind of windy.
I can. The earbuds help. Hey, Sin.
Awesome. Okay, so we are live. People are seeing us, hearing us. Awesome. So now I can officially introduce you. We got started right away with the girl chat. Do you have your glass of wine?
So I just had dinner and I went full throttle Hispanic on you, and I got some cafecito because
Oh,
you gotta.
yeah. I feel like I need some coffee, but I've had a little bit of a rough day, so I went for a margarita.
Oh, there you go.
Mm. I
Yes.
need the I need the alcohol today.
Yeah. No,
But thank you.
I need my little like espresso shot, and you know,
I
and
feel you.
I'm drinking a friend's. We just got it right now, and if you don't mind me doing this, called Royal Elk Coffee.
Uh-huh.
If we can find them on the website, if anything, I'll post it on my end on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so he turned out to be doing this after COVID.
Oh.
Yep. So he is sort of in the transition of jobs and things like that, and
Mm.
his passion. And we kind of share the same coffee passion. And my husband's like, "Oh my God, I can't wait to get the coffee tonight!" And we just got it in, and he's like, "Try it, try it. It's amazing. It's
Is it
amazing."
really?
Yes.
Oh, you're gonna have to pass me the info. I am a coffee addict. Like I need at least one or two a day.
So
At
yeah,
least.
yes, and good coffee, good strong coffee.
Awesome. So thank you everybody for joining. I see people are starting to tune in. I
Yes.
appreciate you guys tuning in. So tonight I'm continuing. Tonight is night two of Small Business Showcase. And the idea I have behind this is after I took over the Salted Hippie and I transitioned over to making my dream of owning a boutique come true, I had to put Live with Lydia kind of to the side. I don't like to spread myself too thin, and I was starting to feel like that's what I was doing. So I put that aside so that I can concentrate full throttle on like the store and kind of make it in my own and learning and all that good stuff. But I figured we have all the time in the world right now. Some of us have more than others. Some of us have had to close down our businesses, so we have a little bit more time. But I wanted to bring this small business showcase, and I wanted to make it a nightly live show so that I can show off, promote, support, and introduce you guys to small businesses, local businesses, online shops, whatever it is, services of people that I either know or have been recommended to me. That way we all can learn and grow and know how we can support each other. So for today, I have Jessie, and she is the owner of Ivory Boutique. She is a fellow boutique down the road from the Salted Hippie. She is in League City as well. And she is pretty much going through the same thing we are going through with the store. We had to close down when it became mandatory. We're only operating on on online and some store pickups. And I just kind of wanted to give you the floor, introduce your store, let people know who you are, how you got started, where you're located, and more importantly, how can we support you, whether it's shopping financially, or how can we support you in other ways so that we as a community can come together during this.
So yeah, let's start. Like you said from the beginning, we opened back in September 2015. I
Mm-hmm.
opened because I've said this story through and through, but we couldn't get pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
We we just weren't. It wasn't happening. God didn't want it at that time, and I wanted to do something. So I went ahead and I said to my husband, "Hey, what do you think about this?" And he's like, he always 100% supports me. He's like, "Sure."
Mm-hmm.
So I go ahead, I do that, and I went in so naive. I did not know half the things I know now. I feel like I'm a completely different person nowadays.
Yeah.
Um, Everything we've learned, I'm a same values. You know, you always have your same values, but I feel
Yeah.
like a woman, as a human, like as a just completely, I'm 108 degrees completely different person, and
Mm.
I love it. I love the woman I've become, and that. So thankfully, almost 5 years later, we do get to have our munchkin.
And I told you we share that. It took us 5 years to conceive my son.
Yes, to
Yeah.
God wanted it to happen in the first try of IVF. So it was
That's
amazing.
amazing.
It was amazing. So I call it, magic. It's just a blessing. It was beautiful.
Absolutely.
And so yeah, so it's been 4 years since then, and I'm forever thankful for my customers because I've cried with them at the store. We've gone, like they become my therapist, and then I've become their therapist when I've been there, and I
They
love
saw
it.
you through all that.
They saw me through all that when I told them at some point we were gonna adopt, and I
Mm-hmm.
remember my customers that we were gonna adopt, and they cried with me. And then they cried with me when they found out we were pregnant
Oh,
say much because you're always scared to say something, you know.
absolutely.
So, well, I'm sure you must know that it's just you're scared to even mention it.
Celebrate. Yep.
Celebrate, exactly.
Yep.
I think you
It
celebrate
really.
time you see the baby with you.
Mm-hmm.
Even then, you're scared. And
Absolutely.
so, sorry, very Hispanic. My mama's calling. And so that's that. And 4 years down the road for Ivory, it's my face, it's my baby as well. And then my girls, every girl that has been through Ivory, it's just changed my life for good. Like I've learned a lot from them. They've I'm from Florida.
Mm-hmm.
So they've taught me to love League City, to love the community because they're all part of the community, and they've all
Yeah.
I love it. I love
League
it.
City is special, isn't it? I
It's
was really afraid in the beginning. There was a time where we also shared Danae as a friend.
yeah.
Um, and there was a time that I told Danae and I asked the question, do you think I belong on Main Street, League City? Because to me, the word Main Street is it's a big deal. When
Yeah.
you think of Main Street, you think of Usually it's the most important street in a city,
in the
Main
city.
Street. Every city has a Main Street. And when I say Main Street, I think of like Main Street USA. And she told me, she said, absolutely. And Juan was there, my husband. And he said, you are the American dream. You absolutely belong on Main Street USA.
Yeah.
There was a moment where I had to learn to love League City and learn to accept League City as my new home away from home,
Hmm.
because it definitely was so different. Everybody is so tight knit that I
Yeah.
almost felt like I was afraid of not belonging, or I was afraid that they were going to be like, you can't sit with us type of thing. But it's so special. It's a really, really special place. It's
Yeah.
definitely has that small town vibe, and it's beautiful to see the community come together.
Your area is just beautiful. I love when, you know, little secret, when I'm stressed, very
Hmm.
stressed, I tend to go to that area um, to just relax because I just think
Yeah.
it's the trees, the houses. I love old houses.
Hmm.
I love how that area is protected. The little park you have behind
It's
you.
the historic downtown
Yes,
League City. It's
yes,
absolutely beautiful. There's days when you look outside, and even if you're having a slow day or a low day, just personally a bad day, I just step outside. To my right is, I mean, of course, Main Street Bistro are amazing neighbors. You
yeah.
smell the food coming out of
Mhm.
there, and then
That
you see Helen's Garden,
yes,
and you're like, this, it's okay, this is gonna be okay. The
yes.
trees are beautiful, the under the oak trees, everything is just so majestic, so it's like old world to me.
You should write a book.
Huh?
You should write a book.
You think
So descriptive.
that is actually something on my bucket list. That is something that before I die I would love to do. I don't know what I would write about, but I think I would like to add author to my list.
Yes, you're very descriptive. I love it.
Thank you. My husband says the same thing. He's like, you have so much passion when you're talking and your hands start going.
Thing happening. We share that with Italians.
Oh yeah. Yep. But okay, so I do see some people joining us. Welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us again. We're with Jesse from Ivory. And for those of you that I see a couple people that are either new or they're your people. So welcome. My name is Lydia, and I will be hopefully doing this nightly, showcasing different businesses, different small shops and services, so that we can all support each other during the quarantine. My goal is to have a different person, a different business each night until the quarantine is lifted. So we have Jesse today, and I wanted to bring you on not only because we do share the boutiques, you know, we're both boy moms, and I
Yeah,
know you're so good at this. You check in, like, I think at the most perfect times, and there's times where I'm like, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, but then we start the conversations like that day where you're like, I didn't even know I had to vent, and you just let it out. It's
yeah.
so nice to have um community over competition, because there's so many people that say that, they speak that, the hashtag community over competition. But since the moment I met you when we went to the Dallas market with Danae and Leslie and your employee, um, there was like an instant, like, I like this girl. Like there was something that clicked. And
Yes.
Danae told me the same thing. She's like, your guys' life is very parallel. You're both, you know, like a boy mom. You both struggled with fertility. You're both Latinas. Both of our husbands have their own businesses. There's mine in the background waving. um,
My
we
spirit. Wave at him too. He joined the live. I can see it right now.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Hi, Habib. Yeah, my husband is super anti-technology, so I think the closest he got to technology is he has an iPhone now,
Uh-huh.
and I forced Snapchat on him. But that's it. That's as much I'm gonna get out of him. But yeah, I just wanted to come on, and I knew this conversation would turn from business to motherhood to just a girl chat. And I think that there's a lot of us women right now, especially it being a Friday. I feel like maybe we can just be a listening ear. Maybe we can be an entertainment for them. Maybe
Yeah.
we can be an escape for you ladies for just the next few minutes. And join us with your cafecito or with a little drink of choice. I'm drinking a margarita. I actually
Switch.
I had a Mexican a couple nights ago, and I ordered an extra margarita because I knew this would be tonight. So I was like, I'm gonna save it. I put it in my little koozie, and
Uh-huh.
it's good to go. It's as good as the first day.
Great. I have a question for you.
Hmm.
Do you tend to like Tex-Mex or are you more of, no, me either. And I'm sorry,
No,
places out there, but I just love supporting my, my Mexican, like actual, and I'm from
yeah,
Nicaragua. I'm not, go Nicaragua, but,
yeah,
and then we don't have many places here in the area that are from Nicaragua. We usually, most of them, if you go to Miami, that's where you're going to find
yeah.
most. But here, I've learned to love my chilaquiles and all these amazing food. And at the beginning, I would go a lot to Tex-Mex,
Tex-Mex.
Bingos, and Chuy's. And like I said, they have amazing food. But I now tend to gravitate more towards my Mr. Sombrero. You know,
Authentic.
a Mr. in it. I can assure you that it's a very much more. Their local will support. They're amazing. Um,
Hmm.
Good locations, people.
Yeah.
So they, I love their food, and I just, yeah, I agree with you.
I
I
don't I think being like Mexican, born in Mexico, having a very Mexican mother and father, I think you have the real stuff, and then when you go for the Tex-Mex, I mean, there are some places that they have yummy snacks and stuff like that. But as you're eating it, you're like, well, I'm eating because I'm hungry, but you're not eating and enjoying the same way as you would like an authentic meal. For example, like from my mom, it doesn't get more authentic than that. Or when you go to Mr. Sombrero, that's really, really good. Or have you ever been to Taqueria del Sol in Houston?
Yes, the one bakery next to them.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Whenever my husband and I just started dating, I mean, we're talking about I was just getting out of high school
Uh-huh.
with no joke, $10. He could eat, I could eat, we could drink. I mean, obviously non-alcoholic, we were young. We could each have a drink and leave a tip for $10. And
Yeah.
we were like, oh my God, we had so many dates there. So good. And it's the same people, it's
Yeah.
the same waiters, it's the same atmosphere. And I just feel like it's one of those places that if you're from Houston or you love Mexican, you have to eat there. Del
Yeah.
Sol. So,
So we
so good.
go there a lot, especially for the bread once a week. But yeah, but it got to a point where, well, my husband does CrossFit,
Uh-huh.
in CrossFit, or well, now he does it at home, but he used to go there, and so he basically his diet completely changed, and so in order for us to stop eating those things, we had to stop bringing them to the house. And yeah, it's been rough. I actually made some cookies yesterday because it's better to make them at home, rather than,
Yeah.
yeah, than doing that. But I used to love that place. Yeah,
Everything homemade is always going to be a little bit healthier,
yeah.
but yeah, no, I get it. I totally get it. Normally, if you are going out and about, or if you are trying to support local in League City, what's your favorite go-to?
To go local in Lake City, I have a couple. I have, like I said, Mr. Sombrero,
Hmm.
uh, Main Bistro. I mean,
So
every
good.
has something different and something.
Yeah.
And then now I feel like more towards, is it 270? More towards like Brave Boutique. I feel like they're opening amazing restaurants too, because there's a craft.
Oh, Craft 95 or
Yes,
yeah,
amazing fruit,
really.
amazing
Um, Karen
food.
actually took me, I think she took me once when I used to work with Karen from Design with Your Diamond Mind.
Uh-huh.
She took me once, like on a like a I guess business date. We were talking about different interior design dilemmas.
Thank you, Danae.
Is she on here?
Yes.
See the phones too. I have to be like this close, not just. Oh, now I can see her. Hey! And then on the iPad, everything is on a delay, so I'm like seeing all the messages. Oh, Craft 96. I knew that.
Yes, they're amazing. So I love those. I would have to say that it's usually between Mr. Sombrero. Oh, Rustica. We went with Danae to Rustica Cafe right in front of you. And
Yes,
can you believe they actually do have chilaquiles? And they
they
were
do.
good. They were
Oh
pretty
wow.
priced.
The
Yep.
only time I've had Rustica has been for catering. They've actually catered a couple of my events.
I've seen that.
So they bring it to me, but I've never had the privilege of actually going and sitting down and like enjoying the restaurant experience of it. And I'm gonna need to make time for that. I'm like they're across the street from me, but
Yeah,
usually when I'm at the store, it's because I'm working. I can't just
I,
close down and go eat.
I have to go back for desserts because I gave up chocolate for Lent.
Uh-huh.
Was oh my God, girl, it was rough.
Difficult.
It was rough. And so I have to go back for desserts because they look like they have amazing desserts.
They
So
do. They do have really good ones. Hi everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Join the conversation. Grab your drink. Jessie is being a good girl and having a coffee. I'm having margaritas. They have the best white chocolate raspberry cake. Yes, Danae loves that one.
we'll
Um,
we'll see you there when this is over, Danae.
for sure. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to go into the outside. That's that's why today I was like, you know what? There was like a nice breeze coming through. I'm like, it's the sunset's nice. It's not hot. Let me take it outside,
Yeah,
and just get some fresh air.
yeah.
But so going back to the business,
Talk to me.
what has COVID-19 done for you? I know, like I said earlier, we share the fact that we had to close down our doors, of course, for safety, not only for ourselves, for our girls, our employees, and for our beautiful customers. But what has this done for you? I know we've talked some, privately, and how has this affected you, not only financially, obviously, emotionally? How are you doing with having to close down the store right now?
A lot of things. But the first one that came to mind was again going to point A that we were talking about, the community
Yeah.
effect. The fact that my girls, my customers are, upping their game and actually shopping on the website.
Hmm.
And that's just, it's amazing to me. It's amazing how, they're doing that. And they do it because they know that it's the way to support their local businesses right now.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
And I think that's the change that I've noticed. And I already appreciated them because I say that without them, no business will be, up and running.
Hmm.
But at this point, it just shows that they do it because they do love the community and they love us,
Hmm.
overall. And I've seen it with the other boutiques too. I've seen when you guys post that you're shipping out stuff that you're doing, and I'm loving it. I'm loving that. I'm seeing that. Um, the other thing that it has changed that is driving me a bit, on the crazy side is that since I have my 2-year old at home, it's very hard to get like a schedule going or to not have that mom guilt where it's okay. If I'm giving him time, I'm leaving Ivory on the side. But if I'm giving Ivory time, then I'm leaving my baby on the side, and it's
That's
always
hard.
guilt that you feel that it's so hard to get over. Um,
Mm.
mentally, sometimes you wake up and you're like, no, I'm not gonna feel like that, even if I do this, even if I do that.
Yeah.
That my girls though at Ivory have stepped up and they've helped a lot, but you always feel that as a business owner, you're not doing enough, even if they're stepping up and doing amazing.
Yeah. That's
So
beautiful. I think that they are sometimes the unsung heroes because as the owner you kind of become the face that people put with the business, but
yeah,
there's a lot of time that our girls literally step up in moments where something as simple as, hey, today's my son's birthday, I would rather not work, can you come? Leslie, my girl, has even decided, she almost gave me rules in a way. She was like, I'd rather you stay home with Gio, let me handle like the pickups, the deliveries. And she was so sweet. This is when back when they were saying the coronavirus wasn't really affecting young people, it was affecting mostly old people. She was like, that way if I get sick, I'm young, I can recover. If you get sick, your baby will suffer, like let me go. And I'm just like, oh my God, it's so hard, but at the same time you're like, my heart.
yes.
So sweet. They are literally our unsung heroes for sure.
Yes, there are definitely our columns. That's what I call them.
Yep.
The col
Without them,
Yeah.
everything would just kind of collapse. How many employees do you currently have?
Before Corona, we were four. I
Hmm.
consider So we were four. And then towards that hit, we're down to three of us because my best friend, Naomi, she worked at Ivory too.
Hmm.
But because of her husband's also a teacher, and so daycare, it got a little bit complicated for her. So
Yeah, I can imagine.
and they're moving to Pearland, which is very exciting for them. So
Oh.
they made the decision that she was gonna go ahead and leave.
Hmm.
But we're down to three right now,
Hmm.
which is good because then I also, like the stress level kind of drops a bit in the sense that,
Yeah,
not thinking, okay, how do I keep them all busy, with because although you do have the help and you do have the sales, they're not the same as when your brick and mortar is open.
absolutely.
A lot of things change. So right now it's Tracal. She's
Hmm.
also a mom of two boys. So I've been very careful with her as well in the sense
Hmm.
that, I wish I could be there to take pictures of them and to do this and to do that, but I decided to change the schedules, and so now each of us has a day to go to Ivory, and we each clean out before we leave. So we're trying to be extra careful, but
Yeah, there's
yeah,
only so much you can do, unfortunately, and there's a huge thing to be said about fear too. I know fear can not only drain our energy and our emotional aspect, but
yeah,
fear is actually really bad for our immune system. So my husband has to constantly remind me, like, you're safe, you're at home, everything's fine. And we do the same thing over at the Salted Hippie. When Leslie's there, we already had like a cleaning routine. Her and I are very like OCD about things. So we
okay,
already had that, which helps.
uh-huh.
But now we're just a little bit of extra, like everything we touch, we wipe down. We have, the Clorox going, the wipes, and
Yeah, I'm at a moment right now that I'm like, where am I gonna get all these things? Because I have no idea. We're running out, and I'm like, oh my god, where am I gonna go buy these things?
yeah, that is so true. How are you doing as far as your inventory goes? I know um, I probably
I
am at,
have purchased. Is that what you mean? Like if we
yeah,
I haven't purchased much, and yet I had a live on Wednesday, and I was telling my customers, I'm like, let me know what you want because I'm not gonna go jump off a cliff and be like, okay, I'm buying this, this, and this, because I'm more of a take precautions, I'm safe. Although I like the store to be, full of inventory, this moment
yeah,
right now I want to be extra careful and just take
absolutely.
of what we have. I'm trying to just, trying to show the girls how they can wear different items in the store that we already have in different ways for the season to come.
Get
So you
creative.
get creative, yes.
Yeah.
So that they can get creative as well with their outfits and still look cute.
Yeah, I think that's where we're at too. It's like you want to get ready. We're right in the middle of like what should be the fun spring, summer trends buying. And I'm just so afraid to buy because originally, I mean, they said it was only going to be till the end of March, and then
Yeah.
they extended, and then it was going to be mid-April. Now it's the end of April. So I'm like, I'm just afraid to go out on a limb, buy all these things just so I can say I have new inventory, and then be stuck with this giant bill of new items and not enough sales. And right now, to be honest with you, I think my main priority is, although I cannot keep Leslie employed the full hours she was used to, I try to at least keep her busy so she gets
Yes.
something coming. But besides financially, we know that the biggest way you can support small business right now is, of course, making purchases online. Buying gift cards, I know, is a big thing because you get that money free and clear, and they can come and shop at their leisure later. What is another way that people that maybe don't know you are meeting you for tonight? What is a good way for them to support you other than financially?
Besides, the shopping online, like you said, or I would say follow the social media, join our VIP groups,
Mm-hmm.
share our things. Definitely share, comment. If you love something, a little heart helps. That always keeps the momentum going and the algorithm
Mm-hmm.
that they've changed over the years.
Yeah, it's difficult.
If you wear a cute outfit, share it, say where you purchased it. And again, it just doesn't go for me, it goes for all your local places. Like if you're
Mm-hmm.
eating an amazing plate, post it, say where you got it, curbside, how did you get that plate, or clothes? Where
Mm-hmm.
share all that information, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say that gift cards, like you said, and that's about it, you know. Right nowadays, everything is basically on social media, you know. So I think that that's the best way to go. It's basically supporting via social media, you know, texting a friend of how cute this is, or you know what I mean, sharing, sharing, sharing. Sometimes we have customers that come in and they're like, we don't want to share you because you know, you're like our little hidden treasure. You're a secret here in
But
town.
that hurts you though.
I'm like, no, no, no. You don't want to do that because you might not see me here next year if you don't share that we're here. You know, so
Yeah, that's true.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
know,
think it's really important to share. Not
yeah,
only that, but I think everybody wears everything so differently. You can
yes,
make a style your own. Even if all of your girlfriends shop at Ivory,
yes.
they won't all look the same
It
wearing.
happens with my girls at Ivory. We all
Hmm.
have different styles. I have Kirsten, she's 18, Trakel's 27, I'm 35, and Naomi, I still include her because we're still on the text
Yeah.
messages. Like she's just like just include me. So she and she's 35 as well. So we all have different styles and we
Hmm.
all wear all Ivory just in different ways. You know, like I could wear this top that I'm wearing right now and I'm wearing it with jeans and you know, just flats, but then just flat sandals. And then Kirsten comes, wears it with cute shorts, you know, and then makes it more her age. And then the other one comes and makes it more preppy. And then the other one comes, makes it more bohemian.
Mm,
And it's just, I love, like you said, how everything can be turned into a different um,
absolutely.
style, you know?
Hmm.
Look at my Baba. Okay, hola.
Hi! Oh my God, he's so cute.
Hola.
Hola! Oh my God, he's so cute.
Yeah.
He's so cute. I know you celebrated his birthday recently, right?
Yes, 2 Saturdays ago.
That is so crazy.
I had a hangover the next day, and not from drinking,
Oh,
the sugar.
oh. I'm like, wait, how do
The
you get a hangover
amount
without
of
drinking?
sugar that we had. It was like it started at Dunkin' Donuts because since the day he was born, that's what I asked for, a coffee of Dunkin' Donuts. And then, you know, it just escalated. And so every year we've been to Dunkin' Donuts. So we did that this year.
Uh-huh.
Then it was cake. Then it was pizza. So it was like all this bread, all this sugar. Next day, he had the energy of, you know, the
Oh
2 year old.
my gosh.
And my husband and I were like we can't take this
You
anymore.
can't keep up.
And keep up. No, we were just had a sugar hangover. It was crazy.
How has it been transitioning from being, of course, you're always a full-time mom. When you're a mom, it's a full-time job. But from being a full-time mom to a full-time business owner to now having to step back and just kind of like go with the flow, go with his schedule. How has that been for you?
It's been, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's rough. It's rough. He has a babysitter that usually comes at home, and
Hmm.
then starting January, we decided to like put him in daycare for a couple days.
Hmm.
We did that because you see how they're a sponge. You see how much they're learning. So we decided to do that because we thought that we had to explode that. You know, we had to make it happen where he was
Hmm.
learning, you know, whatever he had to be learning at that age since we
Yeah.
weren't at home to do that. So that helps a lot. But you know, um, I'm not gonna lie to you. My family is my priority. You know, and I do love Ivory, but I give myself a time and space for it. You know, for example, right now I'm trying to wake up like at 5 or 5:30 in the morning to make things happen, to check emails, to do all that before he wakes up. And the days that like I hit snooze and I fall asleep, forget it. I get nothing done
Hmm.
basically the rest of the day because that was like my 2 hour window where I could do that unless
Yeah.
he naps. But then I'm already behind. So if he naps and you know, it just threw my world into a whim. Um, but I'm learning to have a routine, but also
Hmm.
go with the flow. I'm sure
Yeah,
that
and it's hard. No,
I'm
it
all the moms
makes
out there.
100% sense, especially because I think for all of us, especially when we went from um, working, being professionals, whether it's a business owner or someone that's working as a teacher in the medical field, whatever your job may be, you go from feeling like this powerful businesswoman, entrepreneur, to now being stuck. And it's hard because
Yeah.
there is almost like a pressure that comes with feeling like you have to be perfect at everything, but
Yes.
it's something that's impossible, and I have to keep reminding myself. There are
Yeah.
some days that I'm up and out, and like I actually, have time to make them breakfast and sit down and eat. And there's some days where I give them something and I'm doing something else. I'm answering emails. I have the phone number to my store actually forwarded to my cell phone, so now I've added that to myself, when in
Uh-huh.
reality, I mean, I could honestly just let the voicemail get it, but I
Yeah.
also want my customers to know, like, hey, we're still here. We do care about your questions, what you have to ask or say, and I want to still feel connected with them because I do yearn, and I mean, I do miss being at the store and doing that. But
Yeah.
it's been really amazing to be able to sit down and be with him 24/7. My husband, myself, and my son never are together more than maybe 3 to 4 hours a day. And that's because my husband works long hours, 12-hour days, 6 days a week. Now I have a business. My son is in preschool. So we literally only do between 7 to 10 p.m. every day together, except the weekends. Sundays is like our holy day. Sunday, my husband is the only day off. So Sundays, there's nothing like nada, nada if it's not family.
Yes.
But it has been kind of amazing. I feel like God kind of like smacked us in the head and was like, you
Yeah.
have nothing else to do but to be with each other. And
Yeah.
it's been so nice to turn around and see my husband still laying in bed and wake up, all three of us at the same time under one roof. When in
Yeah.
reality, by the time my son and I wake up, my husband's long gone.
Yeah.
And then it's like getting him ready for preschool and dropping him off. And then I have to go do
What
the
a run situation.
yeah. So it's hard because you're like, I want to be at my store. I want to be a boss babe. I want to kill it. I want to do this. But then at the same time, it's been a little beautiful. It's different. It's difficult. But man,
Yeah.
I am reminded how much I prayed for him. There's days where I'm just like, oh my God, go to sleep, ya, cállate. And then I'm like, I prayed for him for 5 years.
Huh. And then they're napping, and you're like, why?
Oh, I
Wait.
miss you.
Yeah.
It's
That's
so crazy. And I'm sure you guys can relate. Anybody watching, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sure, every woman can relate out there. But I keep repeating this, and I know I've said it multiple times. The best moms are the happiest moms. In
yes.
order for you to be a good mom, in order for you to be a healthy, happy mom, I'm sorry, healthy, good mom, you have to be a happy mom. And we do have to remember to, even if it's for 1 hour or for 30 minutes, forget everything else, including your son, for a couple minutes. Of course, if they're safe with their daddy, whatever. But you have to make time for yourself. You have to make time to just be like, okay, let me breathe. Let me be able to take this bath. Let me put on this makeup real quick. If you don't do that, you will be swallowed whole. And then what your kids get is only a percentage of you. It's
Yeah.
only a small amount of what your full potential could be. What do you what can you recommend, or what is a good tip you think you can give a new mom, or even a mom that already has kids but that's on a new journey as far as like entrepreneurship or changing businesses or going from being a full-time mom to like now having these new endeavors? What is something that you wish someone told you before you got started?
Oh, before I got started and with Ivory or before I started being a mom.
Either or, like, what do you think is something that as a mom and as a businesswoman you wish someone had told you?
Huh. Girl, that's a good one. Get up early.
Get get up early. use
Girl,
your use
it
your quiet time.
it has made a change because
Really?
you know how usually like as a mom you try to sleep in a little bit as much as you can, and then you try to do as much as you can at night. Once they go to sleep, you try to work.
Hmm.
But I realized that doing most of the things in the morning, I don't know, you wake up so fresh, even though you're groggy, you wake up so fresh. And it's like those 2 hours are like my power hours now.
Hmm.
That I don't make that happen. Like I exercise just a tiny bit, and then it's my time to do whatever I have to do for Ivory, emails or
Hmm.
whatever I'm doing for Ivory. And then by the time he's getting up, I mean, I get to enjoy the breakfast with him, a little bit
Yeah.
of time. and then like I try to play with him for a couple hours. So I would say just, even if it's your morning routine or your night routine, make sure you make that happen.
Make it a
And
priority.
yeah, make it a priority, because you make those your power hours for sure.
Hmm.
Because before COVID, I was doing more of oh, let me wake up a little bit just before he woke up. But now I'm like, oh no, I'm at least 2 hours earlier than he is. And that has helped a lot.
That's awesome. I'm the opposite. I'm a night person. I'm a night owl.
How?
Yeah. So I do suffer a little bit, not a little bit. I suffer from insomnia. So I figure if you're gonna stay up anyways, like make it worth it,
Mhm.
and then go to sleep, get your whatever hours you can get. That way in the morning, I mean, I do wake up tired and stuff like that, but again, coffee.
Yeah.
Um, and thankfully, we're not alone. We do have very supportive husbands who are like there to help in any way, scoop them up.
Yeah.
Like right now, they're both handling the boys so that we can sit here and have girl chat. Um, but I definitely agree with you. I think you need to make it a priority to create, whether it's 1 hour, 2 hours, you need to create a time and a space in your day and in your home to where it can be just you. Like just concentrate on, you have to be okay. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You
Mhm.
know, you're helping everybody, you're handling everything. You're a businesswoman, you're a mom, you're a wife, you're a mom, you're a sister, you're a daughter, and before you know it, you're empty and you're running on nothing. And
Mhm.
that's when we start to have a lot of the health issues and mental health issues.
Mhm.
And I think it's just a little reminder sometimes of it's okay to not be okay, but
Yeah.
don't stay there. And it's okay to run tired, but refuel.
And
And
feelings.
absolutely, and ask for help. I'm sure that if you go up to a friend and say, "Hey, so and so, I am struggling right now. I need time for a bath. I need a date night or whatever." I know I have a good handful of friends that if I just come up to them with no explanation, I need help, they'll do it. And I think all of us women have at least a good one or two go-tos where we can just say, "Please help me." Whether
Yeah.
it's with the kids or with the home or with our husband, sometimes it's like, please go, like, go have a
Yeah.
guy's night.
Yeah.
leave, leave me
I
alone for a minute.
I think it was this week or last week. I had to have a coffee date with my best friend on FaceTime
Hmm.
because we were both just going through a rough patch. And then we later realized that it was a full moon, and we're like,
Uh,
"That's what happened. It was a full moon."
the crazies were out.
The crazies were out, and so I'm like, "Okay, coffee date tomorrow," and we just FaceTimed each other and we talked, and then we kind of had a little normal,
Mhm.
and then and then we were good, and it
Yeah,
helped out, that day, and it helped out a little bit like a couple days later, and it kind of like energizes you a tiny
it
bit.
refuels you.
Yeah,
Yeah, you need that. Whether, and like friend time is good too, but also remember that you do need alone time, and being alone is not a bad thing. That is actually something new for me. It's something I learned going through therapy last year. I was one of those people that, I mean, for the longest, I didn't even like to shower by myself. I was like, oh my God, like, you ready to shower? Because I'm gonna go shower. And even, I did, yes, girl, I don't know what it was. I mean, now I know what it is with therapy. I had a huge codependency on just loved ones. I was always just so afraid of being alone. And more than anything, I was afraid of being alone with my thoughts. There was just a lot of negativity going on up there.
mm-hmm.
Um, but now it's like I love and cherish, even if it's 30 minutes where nobody's around me and it's just quiet. I'm like, yes, I can do this.
Yeah,
And I refuel and I recharge, and it's something that we all need. So just prioritize that. It has to be something you do once a day, at least once a day, even for a few
yeah,
minutes. Just say,
yes,
this is my time and I'm
yeah,
taking that, and
yeah.
do it.
I agree with you. I've always been I've always been an extrovert to a certain point and an introvert to a certain point, in the sense that I'm an extrovert. Like I go to parties, I'm at family gatherings, but it gets to a
Hmm.
point that I'm like, okay, I need to be at home, you know, just to relax. But then when I'm
And
alone,
recharge.
I'm like, okay, I need people. It's like I'm very in the middle of both. But I have to say I've never been afraid to be alone. I would, like when I was younger, I would go to the movies by myself or even have meals by myself. it wasn't such a big thing for me to be my like I liked it a lot, and I think that that's why becoming a mom, although I yearned for it for so long, it hit me very hard to know that you're not alone anymore.
Ever.
So ever, exactly,
Yeah.
in the bathroom. So even if you try and you always have that baby in your mind. You always have that baby in your mind. And so it's crazy how, you know, my life has changed in that way, and how your life is changing to now where
Yeah.
you're like, okay, I need my alone time, you know.
For sure. Yeah. Oh, I see. Hi, Leslie. I see my Leslie joined. She's so
I
pretty. Hey, Leslie. Yeah. So, no, it's definitely something. I think we all go through the same stages, but we go through it in such a different time.
Give me one second. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
I have no batteries. Give me 1 second. It says 10% on mine. I'm telling my husband if he can come charge it. All right. Sorry about that.
No, you're fine.
Okay, talk to me.
Yeah, we all, I feel like as women and as mothers, we all kind of go through the same stages. We each just go through it in our own times, in our own terms. And I think that what this has taught us too is to be okay with not being 100% capable of everything. And I think another thing is like we now know what it's like to be completely disconnected. And I think we are going to never take that for granted anymore. You know, the simple coffee dates, the simple fact of like being able to go outside and meet your best friend for coffee, or go to your favorite restaurant. I don't think we're ever going to take that for granted. We have to come out of this so much more
People first.
yeah, yeah, we have to come out of this grow with growth, and knowledge of like we have so much and we had so much, and I think some of us took it for granted that now COVID-19 comes and everything is just kind of shaken up. But girl, I know we've been chatting for quite a while, and I know you probably want to get back to your son and your husband. But before I let you go, let us know, let the followers and everybody know how can they reach you, how can they shop with you, where you're located, all that good stuff.
Okay, so we're Ivory Boutique. We're in Lake City. We are 5 minutes away from the South of Hippie, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Close to 45. You can shop at shopivory.com, or you could shop any of our social medias. You could send us a private message, and we'll get back to you. We could send you invoices. We could guide you through the website. You could always ask us questions. We're there for you. Like I said, if it weren't for you, we wouldn't exist. So
Absolutely.
we love to spoil you. If you have a question, you let us know. You know that, and yeah, that's how you can reach us. You know, through social media, and shopivory.com.
And by the way, she has adorable shoes.
Thank you, ma'am. I need your shirt. I need that information.
I'm gonna have to reach out. This is my friend Nelly. She is very multi-talented too. She works in the healthcare industry. She bakes. She has cookies. She's made cookies for me in my store before. And I'm gonna have to ask her to duplicate these.
Yes, I love that.
I do too. Thank you everybody for joining. I know S&T Party Bus is on here. She said it's been great. Thank you. Hey Leslie.
Yes.
Thank you
Yes.
everybody that tuned in, that commented. I'm sorry if we didn't get to everybody's comments. We are on a little bit of a delay, and this is too far for me to read. But I will get through these. S&T Party Bus Houston is actually who I will be showcasing tomorrow. They're a local party bus company, and she was also one of our sponsors for one of our giveaways that we did at the Salted Hippie. And she is another Latina. She is a feisty Latina. I love her. So Stephanie, she's co-owner of S&T Party Bus. Watch out for her tomorrow, guys. Again, thank you, Jesse. I know this time is precious. I know I've taken some time from your hubby and your son. What was that?
It was us time.
Yes, girl. And the margarita is like starting to kick in. So before I start dancing, I should probably log out.
I love it.
Oh, okay, it says love them. California.
Love
It's
California. Jessica. Hey, I know you.
Oh, that's so sweet. All right, guys. So thank you again, Jesse. Thank you to your husband for being patient and helping you with your beautiful
Likewise.
boy.
Likewise.
I'll tell them. They're in there. They're watching me through the window, girl. I'm
Maybe
like, you had me all day.
we need dinner, the four of us. Well, or the six of us with babies.
Yes, that would be so much fun. I would love that for real. That would be so much fun. Party ride for the ladies after this. Can you imagine? Girl, yes, you're speaking my
Yes.
language. But thank you so
Yes.
much for everybody that isn't doing so already. Please go to Boutique Ivory on Instagram. Check
Mhm.
them out. Ivoryboutique.com is her website. Um,
Stop.
shopivoryboutique.com. Yes, sorry. Check her stuff out. And even if it's not something that's in your capabilities right now financially, something as simple as a comment, as a like, as a share it to your girlfriend who maybe you know will like her style. A
Yes.
gift card, something for later. Any form of support that you can offer a small business is so great, especially right now. Thank you
Yeah.
guys again, and I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow.
Thank you very
Bye. Thank you, Jesse.
I
Have a
have
good night.
you
I
too.
did too.
Bye.
Bye.